It's Friday, which means it's time for 3 things to watch for as we get ready for week 3 of the CAA football season. Don't have to go too far for the first thing you will be looking to watch for, Rob, as we have a top 10 showdown in a conference matchup in Orono as Maine hosts Towson.
Yeah, this is the biggest matchup in the FCS this week, and it has all the makings of a classic after last year's game in Towson went down to the wire with the Black Bears holding on for a 35-28 win. Now, there are plenty of storylines for this one, but I'm excited to watch the quarterbacks, Tom Flacco and Chris Ferguson. By now, everyone knows about Flacco, the reigning CAA Offensive Player of the Year, who hasn't skipped a beat in 2019 with 556 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interception. He's also a threat to make play with his legs, and he was able to do that against Maine last season. In year 3 of guiding the Black Bears offense, Ferguson has elevated his game to a different level with 709 yards and 4 TDs in 2 games. He's hit a bunch of big plays this season, and his top 3 receivers are averaging better than 18 yards per catch. Now, there should be plenty of points in Orono on Saturday night, and the guy who does the best job of leading his team and not turning the ball over will likely come out on top.
The second thing to watch for on Saturday is the other conference matchup as Elon will visit Richmond, and it's been a high-scoring affair as the previous 2 meetings between these teams, Rob.
Yeah, these 2 teams in the last 2 years have combined to put up 135 points, and there's no reason to think that it'll be a defensive struggle on Saturday with as many weapons as both of these teams have on offense. However, the thing that I'll be watching is whether Richmond is able to move the ball on the ground against a tough Elon run defense. Improving the running game was a priority for the Spiders coming into the year, and they lead the CAA and rank 10th in FCS with 267 yards per game on the ground, which includes 215 last week against ACC foe Boston College. Quarterback Joe Mancuso is the team's top ground gainer, but the Spiders have a deep pool of young backs and an experienced offensive line. Now, they'll face an Elon defense that's giving up just 3.1 yards per carry on the ground, and last week held the Citadel's triple option attack to 156 yards, which was its fewest since facing Clemson in 2017. Reigning National Defensive Player of the Week, Marcus Willoughby, anchors a big defensive line, and the Phoenix have speed at the linebacker and secondary spots to fill the gaps.
And the third thing to watch for will be in Newark as Delaware has a huge opportunity against the best team in the country for the past decade as the North Dakota State Bison come to town.
It should be an electric atmosphere at Delaware Stadium on Saturday afternoon as the Blue Hens host the #1 team in the nation and defending national champion North Dakota State. The Bison have been in plenty of big games over the years, but I'll be watching to see how Delaware handles the moment. Last year, in front of a sellout crowd at the Fargo Dome, the Blue Hens fell behind 28-0 in the first 12 minutes, due in part to a pick 6 and a long punt return that set up a short field. It will be important for Delaware to stay in the game early with some good drives offensively and a couple of stops on defense, and then hopefully put themselves in position to win the game late. And the Blue Hens showed a lot of maturity and fight to pull out that triple overtime victory at Rhode Island last Saturday, and hopefully the momentum will carry over.
Those were Rob's 3 things to watch. Make sure to stay with CAFootball.com and CA Football social media outlets throughout the weekend for the latest.